Well, what's up, good people? Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Blue Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. Man, is it me, or does it seem like the Seattle Seahawks game was a lifetime ago? That was a week ago. It seems like it was so long ago. It feels like it's been so long. Well, it's a week and a couple of days. But it feels like it was so long ago. But here it is, already week 14. And if you can't get up for this game, I'm talking about the fans, I'm talking about the NFL, I'm talking about the players, then you in the wrong business, or you're the fan of the wrong team. This, I have to agree with Shady McCoy about. And there's not much I'm going to agree with Shady McCoy on. But this is the Cowboys and the Eagles, and they're both good fighting for something. And that's what we're talking about. There is so much on the line here. First place in the division. First place in the division. Now the Eagles, they can lose this game, not be in first place in the division, but regain it by winning the rest of the games. That's a fact. But you hear so many things. This is what's always funny, is because things don't happen until they do. What are you laughing for? It's true. Because I keep hearing, oh, well, Jalen Hurts. You know, Jalen Hurts, he never loses 2 games in a row since his rookie year with Nick Sirianni. When they've lost a game, they've come back and won another one. And that holds true until it doesn't anymore. In the same way, you'll hear, oh, well, nobody's ever, until they do. The Cowboys have a 14-game win streak. Could be 15. Could end at 14. Who knows? But that's on the line right now. The longest by far home winning streak. The next closest, I believe, is 6. Less than half of what the Cowboys have done. The Cowboys have been literally bludgeoning people. Not beating, bludgeoning people at home. That's on the line. MVP, as Shady McCoy would say, MVP is on the line. Jalen Hurts was the odds-on favorite until they lost to San Francisco. And then, of course, Dak Prescott, who's played over the last 6 games, 20 TDs and 2 interceptions. Literally on a record pace for the Cowboys. One of the leading candidates for MVP right now. I dare say, with confidence, I think, the winner of this game has probably the inside track at winning MVP. Thing is, for the Cowboys, man, we got the Bills in Buffalo. We got Miami in Miami. We got the Lions at home on the 30th with Jimmy Johnson going into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Excuse me, he's already in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. The Ring of Honor. And then we have the left hand up, the Commanders, at the toxic waste dump. And if you're going to that game, make sure your tetanus shot is up to date. And looks like we're going to be tailgating there by popular demand. We got a tough road to hoe. The Eagles, they've got the Giants for a couple of games. The Seahawks? No, who else do they have on there? I can't remember who else they have, but it's not a very rough road that they have. But best believe this game is about feeling good about yourself. If the Eagles can sweep the Cowboys and win this game, they're still number one seed. They can coast just about. Well, they can't coast. They still have San Francisco on their heels. But be that as it may, they can look at the games that they have left and say, you know, all we got to do is pull out a victory. And we get an extra week off. And I think for that team, even though they're not listing anybody being injured, Jalen Hurts hasn't been listed all season. And we all know that that knee's not right. Now for the Cowboys, Hassan Reddick. We got to neutralize that guy. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Hassan Reddick has got to be guy number one that we have to stop on that defense. Thing number two, you have to believe that the Eagles are looking at the Cowboys and saying they can put up points in a hurry. And for them, like the fans put up out there, basically saying, hey, run the ball, Nick Sirianni. That lies part of the problem with the Eagles. They've tried to make Jalen Hurts a straight up pocket passer. He can pass the ball, but he is not as good as when he's making plays with his legs. When you have to worry about him, is he going to run down the field and make a big first down or a touchdown or something like that? If you can keep him in the pocket and make him one-dimensional, it's kind of like what teams found out about RG3. RG3, man, when he was moving outside the pocket or running, he was an absolute positive beast. But what teams learned is you have to keep him in the pocket and make him beat you with his arm. And he wasn't beating people with his arm. He had to use his speed, which he lost once he had hurt knee. And I feel the same thing with Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts is not the effective runner that he was last year, and that's what I've always said, that the problem with a running quarterback is they're susceptible to being injured more, and it's part of their game. I mean, we've seen we've seen Aaron Rodgers go out there basically on one leg and winning games as a pocket quarterback because that's his thing. But that same Aaron Rodgers, if it was about running the football 30% of the time, not going to win games. It's taking away one of his major weapons. And that's what I feel like the Cowboys need to do tomorrow, is take that, keep him in the pocket, stop the run, and for the Cowboys, stop Hassan Reddick and be able to run the ball on the outside. We do those things, we got this. And of course, protect Dak. And the receivers catch the football. And the officials not to screw us. And Mike McCarthy not to have problems with clock management or his appendix that's not there any longer. And that's it. Real easy peasy. But as you can see, I am beat. And I am going to go in here. I'm going to take me a shower. I'm going to get up, drive to Charlottesville, get this door, pick up my meats for tomorrow, and be ready to live stream by 1 o'clock. And we're going to go all day. And I mean all day. So, there you have it. That's the plan for the day. If you have been watching this channel for any length of time, you know, it was funny because me and my wife, we had discussions, of course, about when we were going to work on this place, and I was like, it's not like it's just a weekend project. It's a lot to be done. It's a lot of time and a lot of money, and it's been a lot of time and a lot of money to do this thing. But it's nothing been more rewarding than I think I've ever done in my life, other than have my kids and my marriage. And Tracy's like, well, you can't work during football season. So once football season's over, let's go ahead and just hit this thing real hard and try and be done before the football season starts. I'm like, yeah, okay, cool. Well, that didn't happen. By the time we really got into this thing, and instead of just doing this as in, oh, we're just going to frame it up and put some drywall on it and be done, really finding out about a 200-year-old house and trying to preserve everything that we could in here. It would have been less headache and hassle if we had just gone through and ripped out these 6 windows that were original and just put in a replacement window. Replacement window would have been about $225 a piece. Slap them in there, put some molding on it, and it's done. Instead, we stripped off all the original wood so we could repaint it. I fixed the window weights. I took some of the sashes and had to rebuild them, buying new glass and things, and spending a whole lot of time to try and save something that is really old. Learning how to plaster the walls the correct way, so that way they'll breathe and become basically like limestone again, because that's what happens with the lime putty. When you mix it with the sand and stuff, basically it turns back to stone. Sanding and refinishing these floors would have been a lot easier, just put some laminate floor right on top of it and leave it alone. But as I sit here, and as you guys who've been going since the end of the football season, which is when we started on this, having seen this place change, the fact that it's cold outside, it's warm inside now, that we've got lights, ceiling fans, and a floor I can walk on, my bare feet, is really amazing to me. And as I sit here and I look around, I feel amazed. I look at this and I say, did we do this? Life's crazy. So, good people, remember, tell the people you love them. Tomorrow's not promised. You want people to know how you feel about them. And I love you guys. And God willing, we'll all see each other tomorrow. I appreciate you guys being here, being part of the live streams, being part of the videos, being part of the tailgates and everything else. I am truly blessed because of you guys. And I appreciate you.